All right, welcome back. This is part 4, and today we are going to talk about how to actually participate in your first review. So if you've been following along so far, we've got our workspace set up and we've got our review kicked off. This video could apply to somebody who is a review owner and has actually started their own review. This video could also be a standalone video for you participating in your first review. Either way, we're going to walk through the basics. So as you can see my screen here, I have got a ventilator. This is a 3D file that has been uploaded, and I'm going to be able to do a couple things with this file. Now, very first thing that I'm going to call out to you, if this is your first time in CoLab, you're going to want to open up our settings pane, and you may want to change over your navigation mode. If you're used to using any sort of a 3D viewing file system, you may want to choose something that's more familiar to you. This is just going to allow the model to move in a way that you expect. You can also change your measurement units if you plan on taking measurements and consider a different unit of measure. And you can turn on a 3D mouse if you'd like. And once we've got that out of the way, there's no save button needed. It will automatically save. All you need to do is exit out of here. Now, as we get situated here, some of you guys may have the bottom navigation bar here. This is going to allow us to manipulate the model. Home is always going to reset our model to home. We can change our navigation mode so that we pan versus orbit. We can change how we view the model to view the internal components. We can take measurements, point to point, distance, etc. We can take section cuts, and we can do all of these together. So we would be able to take a section cut and then take a measurement if we'd like. If at any point in time you want to revert back to the original view, you can always click home, and then we can reset the viewer. Right click off of the model is going to give up the reset viewer option. So you can always right click, reset model, reset viewer to bring you home. We also have an explode mode. This is going to explode the model. It's going to explode in a CoLab way. So if you have lines of explosion set up in your CAD tool, it's not necessarily going to follow those, but it is going to allow an explode view to show up. I'm going to make my screen a little bit bigger there for you guys. Next up, we have the model browser. So the model browser is going to show you all the different components that are a part of this 3D file. As you click through each, you are able to right click and isolate that single part. We can do this on the model as well, but I like to show it on the model tree first. We can also see, move us up a little bit or move us over to the right. We can also see properties. So each part is going to have properties associated to it. If it's been uploaded, these are properties that have been configured and downloaded and then uploaded into CoLab. If this is coming from a PLM connection, it's whatever has been configured to push through. If you have questions about this, you can always ask us or ask your admin or IT team who set up that connection. We can also search the model browser. So if there's a specific part that you're looking to find or highlight, you would be able to search it here, and that's going to populate it for you in the list. We can see layers, views that have been set up, as well as configurations in our model browser. I'm going to exit out of here, and I'm going to reset us. And I'm going to show you a couple other tools that aren't part of this bottom navigation, but may be worth a little introduction. So as you saw on the model tree, we were able to right-click isolate from the list. We can also do that on the model. So right-click on the model, we're going to be able to isolate specific parts as well as hide specific parts. So we just right-clicked isolate. Now I'm going to right-click and hide, and I can see all of the internal components. We also have a right click that will allow you to show handles. This is going to allow you to move specific pieces, check for clashes, check for manufacturability, etc. Now from here, if we've got the model in a view or manipulated in a way that we are ready to document our feedback, we found the specific part that we need to find, all we need to do is use our top navigation now. So we've got a pin. On 3D files to leave feedback, we drop pins on the model geometry. So I've just gone up into the left-hand corner, grab that pin, and I'm just going to drop it anywhere on the model. When I drop this on the model, I'm going to get a little feedback card. This is where I'm going to want to describe the feedback. Best practice for your feedback is to ensure that feedback is descriptive. So if your coworker sees this feedback or receives this feedback, they understand what it is you're talking about. So instead of something like change this, you may want to say this material could be changed to copper because it is cheaper right now, or something similar. We're going to go ahead and title our feedback. We can also give it a description. So if there's any additional information that we know, we can go ahead and add that in. We can add any tags. Your admin may have tags set up, they may not. This is your opportunity to check that out. If there's one missing that you'd like, you can always contact your admin to get it added. Tags are just another way that we can segment data that's coming through. From here, we can assign a user to this piece of feedback. So if I know that Jim is responsible for this change, I may assign him right off the gate. If I don't know who's responsible for this, I don't have to assign somebody. From here, I'm going to go ahead and submit that feedback. As we submit the feedback, you'll see on the right-hand side that our feedback panel has increased to 1. And my feedback has come in alongside all of the other feedback if other folks had started to generate their feedback. That's as easy as it is for manipulating the model, using our viewing tools, documenting your feedback. When you do drop your pin, you also can unlock additional markup tools. So if you're looking to add a text box, add a bubble, highlight a specific area, really communicate exactly what it is you're trying to get across, you would be able to leverage those tools as soon as you've dropped your feedback pin. In our next session, we will go through leaving feedback on 2D files, which is, again, quite simple, a little bit more simple than the 3D, as you can imagine. Looking forward to talking to you soon.